Hello, Karen McElroy with you today. I thought I'd do a little video about Biofield Tuning, which is one of the modalities that I offer in my clinic. I do it here at McElroy Mountain. You can see my beautiful space behind me here in the Noosa hinterland. Perfect for doing this kind of work, surrounded by nature. We're getting sound healing vibrations with the birds and the cicadas, so it's a beautiful environment to come and do this wonderful modality. So what is Biofield Tuning? Well, firstly, it's really important to just briefly talk about energy and the energy field, which we call the biofield. And quantum science is now kind of caught up with understanding more and more about energy, frequency, vibration, all these kind of invisible type things that we basically are immersed in life all the time. So our auric field, or this big bubble around us that we can't see but we can sense, is like a perceptive organ of both transmitting and receiving constantly information and energy. And when we have a thought, we generate an electrical signal, and when we have a feeling, we generate a magnetic pulse. So this electromagnetic kind of flow state is what we're constantly living and breathing in, this little bubble that we walk around with, sensing what's happened, and what we are feeling, we're transmitting that out as well. So it's a subtle communication method. You know, we have our normal senses of talking and seeing and smelling and hearing, but this energy type perceptive capacity we're using all the time, we just don't really think about it so much. We all would have experienced times when we're feeling different energy states, you know, in terms of emotion. So we have what we might think of as high vibration emotions when we're feeling happy and joyful and free and light. We tend to have a very different experience of life and how we feel in our body. And then when we're experiencing a heavy emotions, fear, sadness, stress, etc., we tend to contract. You know, we know that it feels very different in our body, but in our energy body as well. So we're kind of in that state all the time, but we're just not really paying as much attention. We have no problems in kind of working out how, when we use our telephone, our mobile phone, and we're sending a signal basically to another phone and receiving a call or getting a text message, we don't really question how that information arrives, but it goes through the same visible network of these kind of energy states. So, you know, as a person, as a human, we're walking around with this incredible GPS kind of signaling system that we're just not really aware of and utilizing in the same way. We often pass it off as a novelty when we think about someone and then they phone us. But really, this system, this intuitive kind of incredible instinctive energy system that we're working with, we should be utilizing more and be more aware of. So biofield tuning is one of the modalities that works specifically with this electromagnetic field around us, the biofield. So we do that by using tuning forks. So I'm going to explain a couple of tuning forks to you now. So this is a weighted fork, and you can see it's got these little heavy tines on the end, and this one's got a little attachment which is a sonic boot, and that transmits the frequency through these little holes and kind of creates a weak magnetic field as well. But when we strike that one, you mostly won't hear it, but you can see there the fork is vibrating, and we use that vibration, it's carried down into the end of the fork, and we can place that on the body, and we'll feel in the tissue particularly, and it's in a bony structure, we'll feel that transmission going straight into the body. We can use that. Recently I had a shoulder injury, so I was placing the fork into that area, which improves energy flow, circulation, helps to break up stuck patterns as well. It feels really nice. You can run it along the body as well, and that works with the lymphatic tissue in a really beautiful way. So that's a weighted fork. We're using it a little bit like how in acupuncture we might stick it on meridian points of the body as well. We can stick two forks in two different parts of the body and create a flow state, a signal, and a path between those 2 points to improve energy flow as well. So that's a little weighted fork. The unweighted fork looks like a pretty typical little tuning fork that you might have seen. And tuning forks are amazing because you'd probably know we use them to tune instruments. And if we strike a fork at the same pitch and frequency as other instruments, like a guitar, for example, those little C notes or whatever will start to vibrate the same. So vibration is this invisible current that's being sent out into the world. So when we hit this tuning fork, it'll make a sound, as I'll experience. And you can sort of see it a little bit vibrating there. But mostly we're using this one for the sound and the frequency. So we're using this one to comb through the energy field, and it becomes like a little detective in the sense that the tuning fork is going to reflect back and mirror back what it's experiencing. So as I move through the field, I may find pockets of information that's sitting in someone's field, and it might feel that heavy emotion or that distorted patterns. We will hear the fork change. So it'll change in its frequency, in the vibration of how I'm feeling it through my hand here, and also the pitch and tone of it will change. So it may go quite high pitched or low pitched. Sometimes we come across little black holes in someone's field where the fork just drops out completely. There's no noise, it just gets kind of gobbled up. So we're using this to kind of understand where in the body there's a sort of like a standing wave of experience. So as we pass through life, we're walking and experiencing life, and we store a lot of experiences in this memory body. And so science has tried to find out where long-term memory is stored in the brain, and it doesn't seem to have a location. It seems to be stored sort of in this field. And it's wonderful that we now have quantum science kind of catching up, looking at all the ways of understanding energy, frequency, vibration, and also explains like non-local aspects of consciousness. So we don't have to be in the same place at the same time, and to experience a connection with someone else as well. So that's part of how biofield tuning works from a distance. So we can do this beautiful modality in person, like I can do it here in McElroy. Obviously you won't get the experience of having the weighted fork on the body, you know, as I was explaining before, but we still work with the energy field, which can be anywhere. It can be in two places at once. That does tend to blow our minds, doesn't it, as I'm trying to understand that. I'm a real science nerd, so I really like to understand how these things work from a scientific perspective, as much as just trusting that it does work. You know, I have patients all over the place who I do sessions with, and I'm often blown away by the experiences they have as they are from just working remotely. So yeah, I hope this has given you lots of good information about biofield tuning and how we can lighten our load, if you like, improve our health and well-being through sound healing and frequency. To me, it's really the cutting edge in where we're going as health professionals and healing into the future, because we can work with the energy. That's really where that foundation of our experience sits. So downstream of our energy and our frequency is the physical body. So whatever's going on physically for us in our health, often it's going to have a higher upstream, if you like, experience that's going on in our electromagnetic field, in our thoughts and feelings and what's going on there. So if we can get to that root cause using things like biofield tuning, we have really amazing results on physical health as well as just our general well-being. Nearly everyone that comes out of a session feels lighter, freer. Often they don't even know how to put words to how they're feeling, but something has definitely shifted in their body, in their mind, in their spirit, and that's one of the wonderful things to be able to offer this modality for. So hopefully you might want to come along and have an experience for yourself, whether it's here in McElroy in this beautiful space behind me, or online, wherever you are. We can do this work and you will get the benefits of that. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about biofield tuning today, and I'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye for now.